Hey guys, Ivan here at ivanmana.com, and in this video I want to give you a complete BeMob tracking tutorial. It's basically a free course. I'm gonna take you from start to finish in mastering BeMob tracking so that by the end of this video you will be able to create a link for any offer, any affiliate network, whether you're using a landing page or not, and start tracking and seeing results, okay? So super awesome stuff. Now, before I dive straight into it though, I do want to set your expectations for what exactly we're going to cover here, what is required to set up tracking with BeMob, and why we're using BeMob in the first place, okay? So let's get straight into it. So why BeMob? Well, first of all, BeMob has an amazing free plan. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking me for a free tracker, and your wish has been granted. BeMob is an amazing free tracker. It works very well, and you get up to 100,000 free clicks per month, okay? So super awesome. Next, when we first log into BeMob, just as a heads up, it might seem intimidating and complicated. There are a lot of buttons, but do not worry. I'm gonna guide you through absolutely everything so that by the end of this video, it will look super simple to you, okay? But the best part is that in the long term, the way BeMob setup works, it will actually be so much easier for you to set up bulk links. Because once you, for example, add an offer or an affiliate network, it's gonna get saved and you never have to add it again, okay? So it's gonna be so much more easier in the long term. Now, last but not least, why BeMob is so great is because it has the exact same interface as some of the most other popular trackers like RedTrack.io or Volume. So if you do end up switching for whatever reason to any of these such trackers, you really don't have to learn much because the interface is going to be pretty much the same. The link creation process is going to be the same. So this is like a life skill that you're learning here, okay? Because it's going to be applicable anywhere you go. Now, next, to manage your expectations a little bit, BeMob tracking is a little different than, for example, ClickMagick, which is what you are used to if you have been watching this channel since I started. So to properly track, we have to first create a campaign link. To create a campaign link, we need 4 separate components. So first, we need the affiliate network. Next, we need the affiliate offer. We need the traffic source. And if you're using a landing page, you need that. So what we're gonna do is create each of these individually, and then using a combination of these, we're gonna go ahead and create our campaign link. Now you will see it's super simple. Now in addition to this, you also have to integrate BeMob with the affiliate network. So in this video, we will be using ClickBank as an example, but what you see here will apply to any affiliate network, okay? And so I'll show you what you have to do, whether it's ClickBank or any other network, so it's super easy for you no matter what you use. Now, last but not least, our agenda for today. What are we going to cover? So again, you know what to expect. Well, first of all, we're gonna create a BeMob account. I'll show you where to go, what to click, and how to get it started. Second, we're gonna start right away by creating a campaign link without a landing page. So the super simple stuff, let's suppose you are direct linking, all right? We're gonna go ahead and just create our link. Next, we're gonna step it up a notch. We're going to build a landing page and we're gonna create a campaign link with that. Next, we're gonna not create a campaign link. We're instead going to use our landing page URL for tracking. And this is useful if, for example, you're using Google Ads and you don't want to use the Google Ads tracking template because Google gets pretty strict around that. So this way you can just use the final URL and still track. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do all that. Next, we're gonna integrate ClickBank plus BeMob. And again, I'm gonna show you what to do if you're using any other affiliate network, not just ClickBank. We will look at the dashboard options for BeMob so you get more familiar with what each of the options are. We will then look at the other BeMob settings. It's gonna be like account settings, how to set up a custom domain, just so you get an idea. I'm not gonna go into too much detail here, but just so you know what the options mean. And so by the end of this video course, you should be able to create any campaign link or landing page URL and use it anywhere to start tracking, all right? So that is the goal here in this video, and we're gonna get to it right away. Before we do, guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, hit the notification bell icon so you get notified when I release more videos like this to help you guys succeed online, okay? That said, let's go. So the first thing we're gonna do is create a BeMob account, okay? So what I'm gonna do is head over into Chrome, and over here, we're going to type in go.ivanmana.com/BeMob. And this is my affiliate link, and you will be able to get started completely for free, okay? So all you guys are gonna do is click on sign up right over here. You're going to enter your full name, your email, your password, So once you do that, step 2 will be something like verify your account. All you're gonna do is log into your email, verify your account, and you should be able to log in right away. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is sign in, and I will see you inside the BeMob interface. So here we are fresh inside BeMob, all right? So let's go ahead and go back into our handy dandy PowerPoint, and we're going to put a little check mark here because we're done with this step. And if you guys wondered how I did that, on my Windows, clicked on the Windows key plus the period, and it gave me this cool little check mark, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is let's create a campaign link, all right, without a landing page. So imagine we're direct linking. Now, if you recall, to do this, we need 3 things. We need these, okay? So let's start with the affiliate network. Let's come back here. What you're gonna do is click on Home right over here at the top. We're going to click on Affiliate Networks right here. And don't click New here, because then you will have to start from scratch and you have to enter the name and kind of do all this manually. Instead, click on this little drop down here and click on New from Template. And we're going to add our affiliate network, whatever it is, in this case, ClickBank. So we're gonna click on it and you're gonna select your network. They have like every affiliate network here. Look at this, guys. There are just so many networks, okay? But we're gonna scroll up and we're not gonna get ahead of ourselves. We will just select ClickBank. We will select Next. And we're gonna leave everything here as is, okay? You are not going to touch anything here. Leave it as is. If you want, you can maybe change your name to whatever you want to, but ClickBank is as simple as it gets, so I wouldn't do that. Now, an important note, guys. For ClickBank, you leave this off. Do not touch this for ClickBank. If you're using any other affiliate network, I repeat, this is important. Pay attention, guys. If you're using any other affiliate network than ClickBank, you do want to select this, and then you want to type in the affiliate network query string parameter. This is all you're gonna do. Do not touch anything else. All of this is set up for you automatically, which is perfect. Oh, before I hit save, I'm going to change my workspace here to the workspace I created for us, which is YouTube. I will get into this later on as we go into the settings of BeMob, so don't worry about it now, but we're gonna be using this YouTube workspace here for now, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and hit save. So we have created our affiliate network. Let's see what's next. Now we have to set our affiliate offer. Okay, so we're gonna come back here. We're gonna click on offers. Okay, so everything you need is right here. Like these 6 options here are what we use to actually create the campaign link. So once we're in offers, we're gonna go ahead and click new. Do not click the drop down here because you will create a new campaign. We don't want that yet. We're not ready. So just go ahead and click new here. And of course, we do have to find an offer. So here I am in my sample ClickBank account. We're gonna go to Marketplace. Let's take one of the top offers that we find here. I'm gonna click on this little question mark, or magnifying glass, I mean. And let's suppose we wanna promote this offer as an example, right? So we're gonna go ahead and click Promote. We're gonna click Generate Hop Link. We're gonna copy this link, and we're gonna go back to BeMob, and we're just gonna paste the link here. Now, before we do anything else with the link, let's just go over these settings really quickly. So you would enter a name for this link, and this name would show up right here. So if you type in, for example, I don't know why that's there. Let's type in Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic. And by the way, workspace, again, I'm gonna change it to YouTube. For the country, I'm gonna leave it at global because we don't have any country restrictions for this campaign. And even if we did, we could adjust it at the traffic network level. You can enter a tag here if you want. So for example, I created a tag already before, which is weight loss. So all you have to do if you want to create a tag is just type something in. So for example, I'm going to type in health, and I'm going to type in enter. And boom, now this is weight loss and health, okay? This will just make it easier for you to sort by tags later on if you would like. Now, we already created our affiliate network, so we're just going to select it here from the drop-down. Very simple. Okay, and so now we get to this link part. So if you are using ClickBank, what you have to do is to the end of your link, you have to type in question mark TID equals, and then pay attention to what I'm typing here because the capitalization of the letters here is important. So we're gonna use squiggly brackets, we're gonna type in click, and then capital I, D, and then capital L, O-N-G, click ID long, end of squiggly brackets. So for ClickBank, you have to add this, okay? And it has to be like this specifically, so capital L and capital I. This is important, guys. It will not work otherwise. You do not have to type anything in over here, okay? So this is just for ClickBank. Now, if you're using anything other than ClickBank, you do not add this. So you would just delete this. You would just have your affiliate link if you're using anything other than ClickBank. Because if you recall, when we went to affiliate network, when we selected our affiliate network, we checkmarked the option that says automatically add click ID to the end of the link, right? This was for non-ClickBank products, by the way. So again, if you have a non-ClickBank product, you literally just put your affiliate link here and that is it, okay? So I'm gonna put this back here because we are using ClickBank, and we're going to scroll down, and you don't have to do anything else here, okay? So just leave everything else as is, and we're gonna go ahead and hit save. And so that is it for the offer. So if we come back here, we've created the offer. Now let's add our traffic source. So let's go back here. We're gonna close out of this Hoplink creator, and we're gonna click on traffic sources. And again, what you want to do is select from the dropdown and click on new from template, because it's going to give you pre-built traffic sources. So it's going to be that much easier for you to create this. So you're going to click on new from template, and you're going to find your traffic source. So whatever it is, whatever you're using, they have so many options here, guys. They have Google ads, Facebook ads, Microsoft ads, which are the biggest ones. But then they also have all these native ad networks and pop traffic networks. Okay, so lots and lots of options. Let's imagine for the purpose of this video, we're using our favorite, which is Bing. So you can type Bing in here, or you can just find it from the drop down. It's right here. We're gonna select it. We're gonna click next. Now, you can leave this as is. You don't have to change anything here. I will again change the workspace to YouTube. You do not have to add postback URL. You can leave all of these as is, okay? Don't touch anything here. The only other thing you can add is tokens that you want or don't want. So for example, if you don't want to track the match type, you can just go ahead and delete this and it's gonna be gone. Or let's suppose you wanna track the keyword instead. So what you're gonna do is just type in keyword, and it's gonna automatically create the parameter for you. Now I'm going to add a website where you can find all the tokens that are available with Microsoft ads. I will add that in the description so you can take a look and add them. But this is basically all you're gonna need. You don't need much more than that. The main things here are keyword and query string. And what this will do is tell you which keywords converted once you start seeing sales and what the user typed in to get the sale or to get the click, okay? So once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and hit save. And here it is, being our traffic source. And this is why I said that in the long term, it's gonna be much easier for you guys to set up tracking with BeMob, is because you already have Bing here. So all the parameters and everything is gonna be saved. You do not have to re-add them. It will all be saved for you. Super, super easy in the long term. So now that we are done with these three, again, we're not gonna be using a landing page for the first example. We can now create the campaign link. So let's go back here and let's combine everything. So we can click on campaigns. We can click on new, and now all we're gonna do is just fill in the blanks. So again, we're gonna select our workspace. We're gonna enter a name. So all you have to do here is really enter the name of your product, because everything else will be pre-populated. So for example, we can type in Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic, and by the way, this is Okinawa. I misspelled it. For the traffic source, because we created it, it's right here, very easy to do, see? For the country, again, we're gonna leave it at global, and that's pretty much it. This will be the name of our campaign, okay? Now for the tag, again, you can add tags if you want, like this is a ClickBank campaign tag or whatever. For the tracking domain, you will usually have your own custom domain, and I will show you by the end of the video how to set up your own custom domain like I have here, alwayshealthy.me, okay? I will show you how to set something like that up. But I'm just gonna use account default here. You can leave everything else here blank, don't touch anything aside from the currency, because affiliate networks usually pay in USD. And for the cost model, usually if you're using Bing ads, for example, your cost per click will differ for every click, right? So you want to click on do not track. And what we're going to do later is I will show you how to update the cost. So you can come back in and change the cost later on. Okay, so I'll show you how to do this once we're done here. So over here, you can add a flow if you want, which is a pre-built flow of going from landing page to offer. And the flow you can find right here, okay? You see that on the left? It's a little bit dark, but you don't have to create a flow. You don't have to save it, because what we can do is we can just build a flow right here. For the redirect mode, you always want to go with 302. Meta and double meta redirect basically create a blank page before the offer page. And what that's going to do is if you even click the little question mark, it basically hides your traffic source. So now to actually create this campaign link, we do not have a landing page yet. So we're going to deselect it. But we do have an offer. So I'm gonna click on add offer. And again, I'm gonna select it from the drop down. So super easy. And unfortunately, I misspelled it. So I might have to go back and change that. But that is pretty much it, okay? So this is gonna be our ready campaign link. Now, there are other things you could do here. You could split test. So if you have many different weight loss offers, for example, you can click on add offer and you can keep adding new offers and split testing them and seeing which one does better. Once you add a landing page, what you could also do is add a new path, and you can say, okay, so I want to test this landing page going to this campaign, but then I also want to test a separate landing page going to a different campaign, and I want to see which one does better. You can do that too. Another thing you could do is, let me close out of that, you can add a rule, and you could say, for example, add condition. Let's say people that speak a certain language, let's say Afar. You can say people that speak Afar, we want to take them to this landing page or this offer. You could do that too. So lots and lots and lots of customization options. If you spent a lot of time building like a built-in flow and you don't want to delete it, but you do want to pause it, then all you have to do is just click on this option here and it's just going to pause it for you, okay? But we're going to delete it. We don't need that. I'm just showing you what you can do. And so that is it for this part. So we're going to go ahead and hit save. And let me quickly show you where you can actually update your cost information. So don't worry about any of this. We will have to use this when we actually build the landing page, but this is basically going to be your link. Okay, this is going to be your link that you will be using in our case, Microsoft Ads. You can also use this link to actually test your offer and see if it works. So if you want to give it a try, we can copy it or just click it and it's going to copy, open a new tab, and we can paste and go. And it's going to take us to this page, okay? So really cool, but if you use this redirect path tool, you will see that all the values are pre-populated. Here's the TID value, the ad ID, the bid match, all of this will be populated once people actually click on it from the Bing Ads end. So we're going to close out of that. We're going to close out of this. Let me quickly show you how to update the cost before we move on. And the way you do that is you select that, you click actions, you click update cost. And here you can say, for example, hey, I spent, $500 for this campaign so far. And then you're going to click save. And that way you will be able to see your revenue, your profit, all that data. You'll be able to see the cost, because for Microsoft Ads, the cost per click does differ, right? So you pretty much have to do it this way. So that is it for this part. So let's come back here. Let's go down to our next page. So congratulations, you have successfully created a campaign link without a landing page. Okay, so we're gonna put a check mark here. So once again, let me show you real quick. So if you go to campaigns, you can right click this and you can either click preview, so you actually see the campaign link and see what it looks like, or you can copy URL, that's another option, or you can go to campaign links, and this is the link you'll be using, but this is the link you'll be using to test, okay? So really, really simple stuff, guys. Like I said, it's gonna get easier as you go. So the next thing we have to do now is create a ClickBank campaign link with a landing page. So we already have a campaign link right here, okay? So we're just gonna use this one. We're not gonna do everything from scratch. But what we will do is we will create a landing page now. And to add our landing page to BeMob, all we're gonna do is click on landings right over here. We are going to click on new. Now, I already created a landing page. It is this one. It's just a test sample landing page. As you can see here, I don't have that much information on here, but we will be using this for demonstration purposes. So let's suppose you do create a website or landing page and this is it. So what we're gonna do is take the URL either by copy link address, or if you want, just copy this URL here. We're gonna go back into BeMob over here and we're just gonna add our URL right there. We can also enter a name. So this is gonna be our, Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic. And this is our Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic landing page. And again, for the network, we will say YouTube. For the country, we're gonna leave it global. For the tags, again, you can set tags. You can say, okay, this is a health related landing page, or it's a weight loss landing page, whatever. Also over here, you will say how many offers there are on the landing page. Sometimes you might have like a website or a review site with many different offers. And if that's the case, you would simply indicate that here, because you will have to add a specific URL that BeMob gives you to the buttons, okay? And so they're gonna give you different buttons. But in our case, again, we're keeping it simple. What most of you guys are probably gonna be doing is just one offer. And that is it, okay? You don't have to do anything else here. We're gonna click save. Now let's go back into campaigns. Before we add our landing page to the campaign, we do have to do one more thing, and that is add the click tracking URL to our button, okay? So we're gonna come back here, we're going to click on campaign links, and we're gonna use this click URL here on our button. And what that's gonna do is automatically redirect people once we create the campaign to our offer. And this is extremely convenient, guys. You have no idea how useful this is, which is why I said that BeMob just gets easier and easier. Because later on, let's suppose you have this landing page, but you want to test a different offer. All you have to do when you create the campaign is just select a different offer. So you do not have to go into your landing page every single time and change the URL. All you're gonna do is once we get to the campaign stage, you're just gonna select a different offer. Very, very, very easy to do. Now, if you have many different offers, what you would do is use a multi-offer click URL. And so for your first offer, you're gonna say 1. For your second offer, you're gonna say 2. So you're gonna use this URL, but instead of 1, you'll say 2. If you have a third offer on the 1 landing page, you're going to use this URL, but instead of 1, you're going to use 3, and so on. Now, we only have one offer. Again, keeping it simple. We're going to click copy. We're going to come back here. We are going to edit this page. And on our button, for the go to URL, we're just going to simply enter this link. And we're going to hit save. And we're going to hit publish and publish. Okay. And now when you click on this page, it should redirect us to the offer. Now, if you just click on this page here and you click here, it will probably not work. So if we click on it here, if it does work, it's probably because of cookies, okay? So if you just go to this URL or this URL here and you click here after doing this, it will not work, okay? Again, it only works because of cookies. So you do have to go through the campaigns link for this to actually work, all right? So let me show you what I mean here. So we're gonna come back here, okay? We're done with that. So we're gonna edit this campaign now, assuming we do have a landing page. And all you're gonna do is select this option here, and we're gonna select our landing page that we created, which is this one, and that is it. And again, so here's what I mean, right? Let's suppose you have many different offers you wanna test. All you're gonna do is select them from here. So you don't have to go back into your landing page and change the URL every time. So it's just super convenient. You just change the offer right here. So once that is done, we're gonna go ahead and hit save, okay? So we just created a link with the landing page. So if we preview this, here's gonna be our whole link, right? With all the variables, keyword token, whatever. And now if we click here, this should work. So now this should work, because if we were to click on it before in a, say, incognito window, it would not work, okay? So you have to go through the campaign link. So that would be your link, assuming you do have a landing page. So congratulations, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. We're almost done here, and we're making quite the process. Make sure you guys watch the full video so you don't miss anything out, because this is a combination of steps that build on each other, okay? So again, make sure you guys watch everything so you see exactly how to do this. Now, let's suppose you do not want to use the tracking link, okay? Because this here, right? If we go to campaign links, this is our tracking link. So you cannot use this, guys. For example, for Google Ads, you cannot use this as the final URL. Can you guess why? Well, because this page is going to redirect, right? If we go here and if we preview the URL, see how this is the actual URL. So the page got redirected. So Google will not approve it, and neither will Microsoft. Nobody will approve it if you use this in the final URL spot. So in cases like Google specifically, where you cannot use the tracking template, what you have to do is use the landing page URL. So what we want to do ideally is use this landing page URL to track. But how do we do that? So the way we can track that is by adding code. So BeMob is going to give us a separate code for specific cases, like for Google Ads, and we're going to add it on our page, okay? So we're going to go back here. We're going to right-click this campaign. We're going to click on campaign links, and you're going to click right here, LP Pixel Generator. So click that. We're going to select our campaign, which is this one. And then we have to add these two things to our landing page. So the first thing, let's just add this retargeting pixel code in the body section of our website. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. We're gonna come back to our website here. We're gonna click edit again. And in the JavaScript section of your page builder, whether you're using Unbounce or whatever it is you're using, we're gonna click on it. We're gonna say add new JavaScript, and we're gonna go ahead and paste this code right over here. And we're gonna make sure it says before body end tag. And for this one, we will just say BeMob tracking, and that is it. So we're gonna go ahead and hit done. Now again, I don't know what landing page builder you're using, but you have to find the JavaScript section and put it in the body section of the page, okay? So we're gonna do that, we're gonna hit save. Now we're not gonna publish yet. There's one more thing we have to do. So let's come back to BeMob. So we have to copy this URL here and paste it on our button. This URL is different, okay? There are additional characters here. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this. We're gonna open our notepad. We're gonna click enter a few times. I'm gonna Control V to paste. And what you wanna do is copy this part right here and paste it on the button. This is gonna be the URL that you're gonna be using, this one in between the parentheses, okay? So you see that parentheses right there? I mean quotation marks, sorry, not parentheses. So these quotation marks, okay? So we're gonna copy whatever's in between here. So we're gonna go ahead and select that. We're gonna copy it, come back to our landing page, click on the button, and instead of this button here now, we're gonna delete it, and we're gonna paste it here. And we're gonna just click on something else so it registers the change, and we're gonna confirm that the change is here. We're gonna hit save, and now we can hit publish, and we can hit republish. And so now, guys, we can use this landing page URL, and we will still be able to track everything, okay? So we're gonna click got it. Let me show you what I mean. So now if we go back to BeMob, okay, we're done with this part, we can close it. We can close this. So you see here that there's a visit here, right? So if we click on this page now, if we click on it here, and if we refresh, you should now see that there is another unique visit. Now the URL we want to use, because we want to use the tracking tokens that Bing has, right? Like keyword and stuff like that. So what you want to do is actually copy this link here. So we're going to copy link address, we're going to open Notepad, and we can delete this now. And I'm going to paste the URL. So this is our URL. Now we do want to use the additional parameters, right? Like keyword and stuff like that. So what we can do is we can right click this, we can click on campaign links, we can copy this campaign URL. We're gonna open Notepad once again, press enter a few times, paste it here. Now what you wanna do is copy this part right here, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and copy that, and we're gonna paste it to our link. And so now this is the link, guys, that we can use in Google Ads, for example, in the final URL. So you no longer have to use the tracking template if you go with this approach, because you can use this and it's going to work. So I just went ahead and opened an incognito window to test this, and I pasted our URL here, right? Notice it's not the tracking link. We're using our actual page URL. This is our page URL. And we're gonna close out of that. And if we refresh, and here we see 4 visits. So you can just use that URL now. So you would have to save this one, but at least you do not have to use the tracking template if you use this approach. So you should be able to create either a tracking link or your landing page link and still be able to track it and see the results. So we're gonna come back here to our PowerPoint. We're going to click Windows sign period and put a check mark there. Congratulations. So you should know how to do all of this now. So the one more thing we have to do to actually make this work is integrate ClickBank and BeMob. So for ClickBank, what we're gonna do is click on this little gear icon here in the top right. We're gonna go on integrations, and ClickBank is a little different than every other network, okay? So I'll first show you how to do with ClickBank, and then I'll show you how to do with every other network. And it's gonna be so much easier. So go to this page again here, gear icon, integrations in BeMob, and in ClickBank, what we have to do is we have to go into vendor settings, we have to go into my site, and we have to scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, all the way here until you come to the advanced tools, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and click edit here. And what you're gonna do first is request access if you don't have this. So I'm gonna click here. We're gonna select yes to everything, basically confirming that we know what a postback URL is, and we're gonna use it to track sales, things like that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna say save changes and request API access. And so now we have been enabled. So we're gonna scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. We're gonna come back here, click edit. And so now what we're gonna do is come back into BeMob. We're going to copy our secret key. We're gonna come back into ClickBank. We're gonna paste the secret key here. We're gonna come back into BeMob again. We're gonna take our instant notification URL. We're gonna come back into ClickBank. We're gonna paste it here, and we are going to save changes, okay? We're not gonna test this yet. We're gonna hit save. Now we're gonna scroll back down. We're gonna come back here, click edit, and now we're gonna test it. We'll click test, and it has been verified. Make sure it's on the latest version, in this case 7.0, and make sure it says verified. And now we're gonna hit save again. And now that is it for this ClickBank and BeMob integration, okay? That's all you have to do. Now for any other affiliate network, it's actually much easier. The process isn't as complicated as it is here with ClickBank. So what we're gonna do is close out of settings. We're gonna go back home. So for the affiliate network, let's say we're gonna create a new one, okay? Let's say Max Bounty. That's a popular one. Let me show you here. Max Bounty, I'm gonna select Max Bounty, click next. All you're gonna do here is take this postback URL under the affiliate network option. So we're gonna take this postback URL, the secure one, we're gonna copy it, and we're gonna add it into the affiliate network backend, in this case, Max Bounty. So we're gonna come over here into our Max Bounty account. We're gonna click on the little human icon there in the top right. We're gonna click on Global Postback, and you're gonna enter your URL here. So I have my Click Magic one that we were using for testing, but in this case, we're gonna go ahead and paste our Max Bounty one right over here. And then you would just go in and click on Save Global Postback, okay? And that is pretty much it, guys. That's what you would do for every other affiliate network. So if you're using, for example, let's say you're using CPA Matica, I've never heard of it. You're gonna take this and you're gonna put it in the back end of this network. Now again, in Max Bounty, they have this option, right, which says like global postback. If you can't find it in your affiliate network, just contact your affiliate manager, ask them, or just the general support and they should be able to tell you. But that is the process for every other affiliate network other than ClickBank. So super easy. And so that is it. I'm just gonna cancel that. And so that is it for this integration part. That is pretty much it, guys. You should know now how to create links, whether you have a landing page, without a landing page, and if you want just a regular landing page URL and not even a tracking link, you should know how to do that. So last but not least, let's just go over some other options and settings in BeMob so you're familiar with the interface. So let's go through these options here and then we'll go through these options right over there. So the first ones here, the 6 over here, that's what I mentioned were the ones you need to actually create the campaign. Now the one we didn't cover was flows. So if you click on flows, let me quickly show you what that is. You can basically just create the flow here. So if you click on path, this is where you would just say, okay, here's my landing page, right? Let's say this is my default landing page. This is my offer. And let's say this is what I want my default to be. So that next time, if you don't want to recreate this, right, you'll be able to go into campaigns and for the specific one, you'll be able to just select this actual flow from the dropdown. Okay, so that's what that would be. So we're going to close out of that. Yes, we don't want to save the changes. Okay, so that's what flow is. Now conversions, this will show you all the different conversions here and the click ID and the stamp, the revenue, the campaign, all that stuff. Postbacks is going to show you more postback URL information. This here, this is where you're gonna sort your traffic by country, by ISP, right, internet service provider, by device, by OS, by browser, and if there are any errors, you will see them here. So really simple stuff. All of this, you know, is pretty straightforward. Let's go back into campaigns here for a second. Now over here, if you say select a campaign, you can edit it by clicking edit, of course. You can also go into actions and you can do all these options here. So update costs, like I showed you, you can duplicate this campaign, you can delete it, which doesn't permanently delete it, which is good. It kind of sets it into this archive folder. So you can access it later on, but it's not going to be active. You can copy URL, preview URL, and then use campaign links right there. Now over here, this is where you're going to sort your campaigns by active, archived, any campaigns that are receiving traffic, or just everything. All right, so there's that. Over here, you can change your columns. So if you want to also show the campaign URL, for example, you would select that. If you want to remove certain columns, like if you don't want to see revenue divided by conversions, you would just deselect it. You can also rearrange your columns by dragging this up, you know, dragging this down, whatever you want to do. So this is up to you. Gonna go ahead and click cancel. Yes, we don't want to save any changes. This option here requires professional and hire plans, so I don't know what that does, but probably nothing game-breaking, nothing super major. This one will show you a chart of your clicks, conversions, revenue, and so on. You also have this note option right here where if you select a certain campaign or flow or traffic source, whatever, you can add notes. And you can say, for example, this is the Okinawa Japanese tonic campaign. And you can hit save. And now next time that I click on this campaign, if I click on it again, I can click notes and boom, I can see the notes, okay? So very simple. Now, if you click on this little gear icon over here, you can also sort by Canadian dollar or US dollar, by rows per page, you know, how many rows you want on one page, or you can export. And over here is, of course, where you refresh. Oh, and by the way, this is where you sort by tags. So if you recall, we had the weight loss tag, right? Oops, so no, let me delete that. So this is how you would sort by text. But if you want to sort by tags, for example, you would type in, for example, we had weight loss. Oh, we don't have a weight loss campaign, right? We had an offer, I think. So if we go by, let's go to offers, go to tags, and yeah, here we have the weight loss offer. So it shows you all the tags that are available, and you can click on it, and boom, now it's gonna sort by all weight loss offers, for example, okay? And then here, of course, you have the scheduling. You could sort by data for today, yesterday, last 3 days, and so on. So pretty straightforward stuff. So last but not least, let's go ahead into these setting options here. So by the way, over here, you can set bookmarks for your favorite report. You can add your payment information. You can ask for help, live chat, very good live chat. You can go to the help center, quick start guide, you know, things like that. Here you can alter your workspaces, which I will get into in a second. Over here, you can log out, and then we are gonna go into the settings. So let's go from the general tab. So this is pretty straightforward. This is going to be your information here. So you can go ahead and hit edit, and you can change this information. To change your email, you do have to contact them. So you're going to click help here. You're going to open live chat or go to help center and contact them to get them to change your email if that's what you want. You can change your reporting information here by clicking edit, changing everything here. You can redirect your archived campaigns to somewhere else. Okay, so pretty straightforward stuff. Just play around with it if you do see the need for it. Now for the security option here, you can enable two-factor authentication. You can change your password, set up API keys, and landing page protection. I am not sure what that is. I haven't used it, but I'm sure if you're familiar with PHP and stuff like this should be very simple for you. Next here, we have domains. Okay, so custom domains, really cool stuff. So I was able to set up this custom domain here. Very simple to do. All you guys are gonna do is click on add custom domain. You're gonna select your registrar, let's suppose Namecheap. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a CNAME record that points over here. So for example, with Namecheap, you're gonna go into your advanced DNS settings and you're gonna create a CNAME record with whatever hostname you want here, for example, www, or you can just say @ so that you can just use the root domain and you don't have to use anything like www. But then for the value, you're gonna enter this here, which is the PMQRA BeMobTracks.com. You're gonna put that in, you're gonna hit the check mark, and that should be it. Next, you're gonna hit next, and you're gonna enter the domain that you added here. Now, keep in mind, the domain has to be exactly the same as you added. So for example, if you added the www in the host field, then you have to make sure you add it here. So you would say www.mywebsite.com. If you are just using the root domain, then you would not enter anything in. You would just say mywebsite.com, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on check DNS, and it's gonna be approved very shortly. For me, it took like just a few minutes. I'm gonna click cancel, and then you should see your domain right here. So very simple. You have, I believe with a starter plan, you have 5 free custom domains. So that is a lot, guys. That is a lot of free domains. And then you can set this as your main domain, which is gonna be the account default, for example, or you can set whatever other domain you want. But of course, if you create a custom domain, you probably want this to be your default. So you would just set it as main by clicking set as main. So if you click this, for example, it's going to make this one the default domain. That is pretty much the main thing here for domains. I do not suggest cloaking. You will get banned if you cloak on Google, Microsoft, Facebook, pretty much any big networks you will get banned. So we're going to go back to tracking, and that is pretty much it. Now for tracking URLs, this is basically a collection of all the different default URLs you'll be using. So for example, on your landing page, these are the URLs you'll be using on your buttons. These are the default postback URLs. And as you can see here, it says replace, optional, things like that. But if you actually go into, remember in home, if you went into affiliate network and you selected your network, it would actually give you the correct postback URL that you would use, okay? So these are just the default, assuming you're using some crazy network or something that they do not have. Then you would use this as a default and then just fill in the blanks. Conversion pixels, that's if the postback is not supported. Pixel is basically like a little image. So you would go ahead and just take this little image and put it in like the body section of your page or something like that. Or you would actually take this full image source here and you would put it in the head section or the body section of your page, and it's gonna track conversions that way. I do suggest postback URLs, though it is the most reliable method, the most accurate. It also counts chargebacks, refunds, things like that. So this is by far the best option. So next we're gonna scroll up. Now you can upload conversions to BeMob. So this is in a scenario where conversions aren't appearing in BeMob for whatever reason. Maybe there is no postback or pixel integration, whatever, but your traffic network does collect conversions. You can go in and upload conversions here manually, and then they will show up in your BeMob account. And then you can sort them by, location, device, right? All that stuff. Next here we have bot filters. So you can set what you want to do with bots. So if you select this option here, then you will be able to add bot conditions. For example, if somebody comes from this IP, then it's probably a bot and we want to block them. So you would enter your IPs here. Yes, and then you would, for example, you could choose whether you want to mark them as bot, whether you want to block them entirely, or whether you want to redirect these bots to a different URL, in which case you would just enter the URL there. So pretty straightforward. Next is subscription. Again, super easy. The cool thing about this is that it tells you how many events you have used currently. So really cool stuff. You see the invoices, but as you see, I haven't paid a single penny. I don't even have my payment information in there, okay? So truly, truly a cool free program. Now, you are by default an affiliate with BeMob if you create an account. So this is going to be your affiliate URL that you can give out to people and they can sign up, and you will be paid a 10% commission for referrals. And then here, of course, you can see your referral balance. You can add your payment information so you can receive payouts, stuff like that. Now, integrations we already discussed. This is the ClickBank integration. If you do want to import data from Volume, then if you log into Volume here, you'll be able to import all your stats from there. Now, multi-user access, this is the workspaces, okay? So this is super useful if you are like an ad agency or you're working with many different people and you want to say, okay, you know, for this master workspace, I want to have Billy and Susie on it. But for the YouTube workspace, I only want to have Yvonne manage it. So then you would click here, and then you do have to upgrade to actually like set different users. And then you would say, okay, I want Yvonne to just manage this workspace, you know, somebody else to manage this. And these are like accounts basically. So, you know, I started this YouTube workspace to start from a blank space because as you see here with the master workspace, I have some campaigns and offers here already. See, it says 10. That's basically what this is. And then you would select it up here. And in our case, yeah, I have selected the YouTube workspace. But for you, whatever you want, you just select it and then you say apply changes. But I'm gonna leave it at YouTube's. And that is pretty much it for this part. You can see your user management. Again, you will need to upgrade your plan. You will see share reports. Again, you need to upgrade your plan. And last but not least, custom conversions. So what this does is you will be able to send the conversion data to the traffic source of your choice. So let's suppose, you know, for example, Microsoft Ads does not integrate with ClickBank. So you will not be able to see conversions in Microsoft Ads at all if you're promoting ClickBank products. There's just no way. So what you could do here is you could add a custom conversion, and as you get data in BeMob, you can send that data off to Microsoft. Now this process does get pretty technical. I'm not super familiar with it myself because I don't do this, but that is basically what this is, all right? So that is pretty much it, guys. We covered a lot here, and even though it seemed like there was a lot, this should hopefully be super easy to you now. You should be familiar with every single one of these settings. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, you will probably like my other training courses as well, where I guide you through various paid traffic sources and I teach you how to make money online with ClickBank if you just go to yvonnemana.com/all-courses. Now, I also give you guys a free 55-page guide if you just go to yvonnemana.com. And you can download your free guide here. It's 55 pages showing you how you can start affiliate marketing and potentially start making money with it today. And that is it for this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.